Hi, I'm Elizabeth Gearhart here with Fireside, and today I have Neil Israel with Sketchology Studios. Hi, Neil.
Hey, hello.
So you make animated designs for marketing. So what makes your company special?
Well, what makes our company special is that when somebody comes to us with an animated video request, they have something in mind. They have a story they want to tell. And we have talented resources that can really get that story down. And we work closely with the individuals to make sure that what they see on the screen is what they had in mind. And that's very difficult to achieve with some of the off-the-shelf solutions. And the other thing is just my background is I've spent a long time in project management and also a long time in customer service. So we offer boutique level, close customer relationship service. So if somebody needs something from us, they'll get it. And we work to where everything is custom with us.
So where would someone use an animated business video?
Really, there's a lot of different places that somebody could use an animated business video. They'd use it on their website, they'd use it in social media, they'd use it at the beginning and ending of presentations. They could use it at trade shows. And one of the best things about animated, about all business video, but including animated video, is that it has amongst the longest shelf life of any marketing communication. I believe 4 to 5 years is what I've heard. And that's because of the editing process. So if somebody, and what we've done in the past for different companies is we'll record 3 or 4 different calls to action. So the video, essentially what people get is 4 videos for the price of 1, but it's literally, there's really no difference. It's just that ending part, which is the directive to your customer that you want to tell a specific thing, you can talk directly to them.
That's excellent. So would you consider this animated marketing?
I would. And I love the term animated marketing because it really animation does something that is not really possible in other spaces, which is to both, you can tell a story because, with the animation, but also you can exaggerate, right? I mean, you had Bugs Bunny being blown up by, all this TNT every single week, right? So dating myself by like decades. But we've used that many times, and including from an educational perspective, we work with an organization to produce videos for organizations that support domestic violence victims. So when we literally training on what we're able to show on screen more lightly than you could do with full video, and certainly less expensively than you can do with full video.
That's excellent.
Thank you.
So I'm learning that all the uses of artificial intelligence, AI these days, it's just going crazy. So can you use an AI capable camera for animation?
Thank you for that question. That's a great question. And I am so excited about it because within 2021, we will start to integrate that. We've got, and one of our partners is an expert. I'll just tell you his name, Aaron Pacheco, is an expert at IT, all things IT, and is going to push us further in the AI space with I believe it's the Azure Connect camera.
That's excellent. So animation is very attractive to a lot of people. And you brought up Bugs Bunny. Do you think it's because it reminds us of cartoons when we were kids?
Absolutely big part of it, yes. I think that companies, one of the biggest arguments for corporate animation, I think, is to lighten their image, right? Um, and part of that is because people remember cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons, or which haven't been Saturday morning cartoons in lots of years, but yes, absolutely. It's the memory of the things that make them happy, that are another way to say, I guess, is whimsical. That you just smile, and that's really the goal. We want to we another good term that associates with us is edutainment, which is the marrying up, obviously, of education and entertainment. But it's I'll give you one example. Is we did a very long video for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. We did it for the North Texas branch, but it's kind of growing. But basically, we were explaining to teenagers and their parents that are relatively newly diabetic what pump technology is out there. So we're educating, but we're doing it in a light way where it's fun to learn. And you don't have to read through manuals to get the information. It will tie in your mind, because there's pleasing images and things that, again, make you smile.
That is excellent. And so you're using it for educational, well, edutainer. What was it?
Edutainment.
Edutainment. I love that word. So what is edutainment? It's education and entertainment, right? Yeah.
And it was popularized in the 1970s, but I found out that it actually goes back, of all places, to a National Geographic article from the 1950s, where I don't know why they were using it, but it started to gain a lot of steam in the 1970s with Sesame Street, because there's lots of different versions of it today with videos and video games that are educational in nature. But for people that are, I think, my age and even a decade or two younger, when you think of entertaining education, it's Sesame Street.
Absolutely. So going back to your business focus, so I understand why I think animation is attractive. I understand why businesses are using it now. It helps you stand out from the crowd. But your business in particular, you don't just throw some sketches from Doodly at somebody and say, there, put some words to it and we're done. You go a lot in depth with your clients, right?
Yeah. We that's a great question, and a great difference that I like to make. PowerPoint, which when in corporate I use for 20 years, probably every day, can do some animation, right?
Mhm.
So what I look at Doodly as is, and I mean this in the best possible way, a replacement for PowerPoint animation. That's not us, right? So we're normally hand drawing the entire animation 2D. And I say normally because there is one piece of expensive software that we can use for customers that don't need it that specialized. But mostly what we do is completely custom drawn, hand drawn, to get the custom story. And the way we I'd say 80 to 90% of our work is done as hero stories. So, and it's not our customers that are actually the hero of the story. Our customers are the guide to the hero. So, Joe is the guy who he's runs into a problem, looks to a guide that gets help, and fine, it's a better tomorrow. So I just, in a very, very simple way, kind of stole the work of Donald Miller from the wow, I refer to the book all the time, and I'm going to build a story brand. And it's a great great mechanism for advertising, but also it's inspiring to show people your competence by drawing an illustration, literal in this case illustration, of where you have helped this person become heroic by overcoming what gets in their way.
Wow, that's really powerful.
Thank you.
Yeah. And so you help people craft those stories.
Yeah.
And so you don't just do the animation, you do some of the marketing aspect with them.
Yeah, and we will be building. We're going to build in digital marketing with a partner eventually, because I do want to make sure that we can help. I mean, we lay out all the different ways people can use the video, but in terms of tracking the effectiveness, I think that's our next step, is building relationships. And there's lots of good people that do this. It's not our core competency, so I don't want to even try to expand into it ourselves, but to offer as a partnership package, the digital marketing. But in terms of the story, I feel like everything that I've done in my career, even in corporate, everything's about a narrative, right? You're always telling a story. Whether that's to take a lot of data and have executives understand what you're trying to say and put it in the best possible light, or helping an organization. The Institute for Coordinated Community Response is the group that kind of they don't oversee domestic violence shelters, but they work with domestic violence shelters. That we're doing a fairly long video. And the goal in that case is to train police officers that the responses that they're going to get from domestic violence victims are that if somebody's in trauma, they can't give a good historical account. It's just the brain doesn't function because of what that individual has gone through. Their brain can't produce those results. And I'm just really excited about that video. It's come together over like 3-4 months, which is much longer for us than normal. But it's maybe what most people don't want to. Most people don't need an 8-minute video. But I'm so excited about this because I think it's going to be very good. I know it's coming together very well.
So that's amazing. So if a client comes to you and says, okay, what's your typical length, like 2 minutes or something?
The gold standard is that if you get to 70 seconds and you're trying to give one message, it's probably too long. Okay. But it depends. It depends on your audience as well. Like young people, if you're trying to reach young people, that's done. But I would say somewhere in the range of 60 to really 90 seconds is for a small business to paint a picture of how it guides its clients to success, to hero-ness, heroic status. We can do it in 60 to 90 seconds.
So if I came to you and said, I need an animated video for my project that I'm doing, say for my husband's law firm.
Okay.
We need a minute-long animated video for the front page of our website. And we do patents, trademarks, copyrights, we do a lot of different stuff. How would you approach that? Like, what would be the first thing that we would do? Would we sit down and talk ideas, or?
Yeah, the first thing that we do is have a discovery session, and there's like some key things to figure out, and we've got a ton of examples to show you. Also, think about the way TV shows are pitched, right? It's like this, but not, right? Like, it's like this TV show, but a little bit different. So we'd show you a number of videos to kind of get an idea of what style you want. And then at the same time, we'll kind of talk through with you what that story should look like.
Mhm.
And then we'll take it back and kind of come back to you with a draft
Okay,
of
perfect.
the story, not the video.
Yeah, yeah, a draft. And then do you have an narrator who reads over the top of the animation, or?
There are a couple of professional narrators that we work with, and what we do is build in. So, and this is another thing with Fiverr, and I'll consider this a public service announcement, I guess. If you go to Fiverr and it says $5 for an animated video, don't click on it, probably. But even if you know you love the quality that you see, there almost one area that can get super expensive is the cost of the voiceover if you want to do anything with that video, because the rights are not super cheap. So what we will do is get an understanding, and most of our clients have been nonprofit and not necessarily national in scope, so it hasn't been such a problem for us. But whenever we sell a video to a client, they have complete rights to that video. We handle all that with the artists that we work with, and it's been nice because developing. We've got probably 4 core people that we go to that are just really good.
Well, that's excellent. You do want to own the rights, or at least have use of them, like free use of them. So, yeah, I could just imagine. But, and you might not get that from another place. So that's really important, I think, is that the person owns all the intellectual property rights. So they own the copyright to their video.
Yeah.
And they, the artist isn't going to come back and say, I own the copyright to the sketch that I did. So,
Yes.
yeah.
And I should say, in all fairness, we've gotten tons of really good work from Fiverr in different ways over the years. It's just when something looks too good to be true, it generally is.
Yeah.
And that there are many piece parts that can build the price of an animated video, and one of the ones that goes really quickly, which was my wake up call when I started this, is the price of the voice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure voiceover people make decent money. So,
Yeah.
that is great. I mean, a lot of people are turning to animation now. You're seeing it all over the place, and it's really what?
I said, I hope so.
Yeah. Well, I think it's kind of one of the new things for 2021, right? Is how you stand out from the crowd. You do a little cartoon and everybody wants to watch it, right? So, yeah. So is there anything else that you want to say about your business, Sketchology Studios?
I just want to say that we've working with the one thing I would also like to say is that we are starting to shift our focus to a new product that we're going to launch, which is up to 40-second video spotlight. And from that video, we'll also create a LinkedIn banner and an infographic. So like take me, let's say I'm in my job 10 years ago as a program manager. There are certain statistics I want to highlight because I know that they are what I've done well and my audience cares about them. Mm-hmm. This would be a perfect product for me because it shows that short video. And by the way, we're having one done for us like as we speak for Sketchology. But it basically, it's almost like National Geographic caught those photos that catch a moment. This is catching you in the moment at work, being successful, guiding somebody else, right? And then from there, those images, those illustrated images, we take that to create the infographic and the LinkedIn banner. So I would say at least half of our work will probably always be nonprofits, because we've met so many people, and we just like working with purpose-driven businesses. We're also going to have a big focus on helping small businesses starting. We've been starting it really now.
That is awesome. Yeah. So your typical clients are nonprofits and small businesses. Then that's really who
Yes.
your market is.
Yes.
Excellent. And they need animated videos. So yeah,
I think so.
I think it's great to have one in the mix. So yeah, excellent. Well, it has been great learning about this and talking to you about it. And I just feel like we're going to start to see your work everywhere soon.
Thank you so much.